Boeing shares moving higher today. On Friday, the aerospace giant won approval to raise the production numbers for its 737 MAX. Phil LeBeau joins us right now with more on this. And Phil, maybe worth pointing out that stock's up another 1.4% today.
Right. Even though this was expected news, we knew that at some point, because Boeing has been meeting with the FAA regularly, we knew at some point here in the fourth quarter they would get approval to raise to 42. But now that it is official, we know that they're already starting. They've been loading in the supply chain, the tooling, everything you need in order to go up to 42 per month. So they're going to start that officially. Actually, they started it over the weekend. They don't stop manufacturing these aircraft. It is the highest rate since 2023. It's going to take some time to actually get over 42, but that's the plan as of right now. And again, it's been highly anticipated. Boeing and its suppliers have been preparing for it. It raises the question in terms of how much more will production and deliveries increase the rest of this year. Well, production obviously is going to go up to 42 per month or close to that in terms of the 737 MAX line. In terms of deliveries, they're at 440 right now. Most believe they're going to end the year between 590, maybe even 600, but 590 is the general feeling right there. That would be the highest. Actually, you have to go all the way back to 2018, the last time that they would have production or delivery rates that high. As you take a look at shares of Boeing, keep in mind that the company has a couple of things that are more front and center for investors than simply raising production rates. One, free cash flow. They have not been, they've been burning cash over the last year and a half. They expect to be free cash flow positive in the fourth quarter. Kelly Ortberg has told us that. We'll see if that's still the case. We're going to get their financial reports next week. And at that time, we'll see where they expect things to fall for the fourth quarter. Again, those are going to be the Q3 results that we're going to be getting next week, guys.
Hey, Phil, I still have been going round and round in my head about the conversation with Gus Kelly from AerCap last week, the guest you brought with us on the airplane leasing. Even with these numbers, does that account for the increased number of parts that they have to get out to fix some of the planes that have been out there to make sure that things are still running smoothly? Just what Kelly told us
all of that's
was
factored
that,
in there.
So that to me, it's still been rattling around. I'm sure you've known this for a while, but just this idea that these planes aren't quite as steady and stable workhorses like we've seen in the past, and that they require more care, more maintenance, potentially more parts to get fixed up. And all of that has to be factored into these things, too. That's a serious issue.
It is an issue to the extent that for the airlines and the leasing companies that buy aircraft or are buying engines and they are putting those into service, they want to get maximum efficiency out of them. And if they could get greater efficiency, that's what Gus Kelly is talking about. But it's not a safety issue, and I can't stress that enough. And
no,
Gus,
a profitability
he said that on
issue.
our air,
yeah,
Becky.
A profitability issue, though. That it does matter if you're not getting exactly what you thought in terms of how many days it's going to be in service.
You hit at the heart of it there. Could they be more profitable across the entire aviation chain if you had a more robust supply chain as well as aircraft and engines and parts and everything that could be extended in terms of not just length of life, but how often the cycles require maintenance? Absolutely, they could be more profitable. But they're in a far better place right now, Becky, than they were a few years ago. Far better. And the one thing that you have to keep in mind with the aviation supply chain, relative to other industries, there are requirements by the FAA, by EASA, that these parts and components, engines, the aircraft, they have to hit specific standards to be airworthy.
I'm not raising it from the issue of safety. It's just it was not what it was billed as when they got. They were sold a bit of a bill of goods in terms of thinking how profitable these things could be, how much more efficient.
But Becky, that's what makes it trickier. They just can't go to a supplier and say, start making more of that part. The supplier, it takes a little bit longer because of all of those requirements.
Complicated stuff, right.